What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists? Welcome to this week's episode of P&Q, the question and answer series, where you get to ask me questions or put comments to me, and to which I respond to you the following week. Now, you can do this one of four ways. Comment or questions down below in the comment section, or you can email me directly at miniwarzone@gmail.com. That will give you an anonymous response. Or if you make a video yourself asking a question, I might want to answer that. I'll do it here as a video response. Or if we meet in person and talk, then there is a great opportunity for asking a question or raising a topic as well. That said, I've got the only comments or questions I have are from the comment section below from last week's show. So let's just get right on with it, shall we? Okay, I got my tea. Sorry if you can hear the fan in the background, by the way. It's still quite hot here, very humid, and I'm just happy to get some air blowing my way. But if you can hear a fan in the background, that is what it is. It's a fan blowing. Anyway, first comment comes from a basic miniature painting, who says, "Thank you for the very kind words, Pete. Will you be buying, and what are your thoughts on the Lord of the Rings Battle of Pellanor Fields release coming soon?" Well, I won't. My thoughts are on it that I'm quite excited for it, but I won't be buying it just yet. Now, if I had the finances, sure, I would be buying it. I have spent on something else at the moment. So, you know, it is a question of finances. But the Battle of Pellanor Fields, now that's the one with Minas Tirith, like at the end of the film, isn't it? Or the story, of the battle with Gondor and against the forces of Sauron. That I wonder what you get with it. I don't know anything about it, but it's nice to know that they're getting an update, or at least another set for Lord of the Rings. I think that's very exciting. I'm quite excited for that, and I think yeah, it's a good thing. I will be keeping an eye out though for anybody else that gets it. I probably will get it eventually one day when I head into Lord of the Rings, because I'm just dipping my toe into it really. So it is a possibility, but further down the line, because to me, Lord of the Rings feels like a historical game, although it isn't, is it? But that's how it feels. It's got so much rich lore and background. It feels like a real thing to me. But I think it's a great set, and I will definitely be watching any unboxings or anything of that nature regarding that. And that who knows what that might prompt me to do? You never know. Thank you for your comment. Very good. Thank you. Right, Capitan Morgan's War Games is next. He says, "Great P&Q as usual, sir. Have you read any of the 40k books? If so, what would be your best set and best author of 40k? Oh. Well, for me, I'm reading the Horus Heresy, and I'm about 15 books into that. I'm up to the... oh, what's it called? The one about the astropaths. I'm about halfway through that book. I can't remember the name off the top of my head of my favourite author, but it was the one that wrote Flight of the Eisenstein, which was like, I don't know, book 2 or 3 of the Horus Heresy, I think. He would be my favourite author in that series. I haven't really read any others. I've read like a short story compilation about Space Marines, but other than that, I haven't read any other series. I mean, Gaunt's Ghosts kind of intrigues me, so I might be getting that. Would you ever do a live stream of a bat rep of one of your games? No, I probably wouldn't do that. I don't know. I don't think I'd be good enough to do it live anyway. I don't think it'd be very interesting to watch. So no, I won't be doing that. You have the money and time to build any army from any game format. What would it be and why? The money and time to build any army from any of game format. Oh, wow. Anything at all. Well, any army. I'd probably go for a dwarf army from Lord of the Rings then. Any army, any game format. So Lord of the Rings, Dwarven Army. I mean, that's what I would want to plumb for anyway. Yeah. Why? Because, I don't know, I like the dwarves from Lord of the Rings. I think they're cool. Like I say, I like Lord of the Rings. And if I had the money, I'd already have the setup and the board, you know, the tables and the room to do it. We'd be in a much bigger studio than I am now. You know, blah, blah, really. So it'd be something Lord of the Rings related, but quite possibly orcs. Not orcs. Dwarves. What am I talking about? Dwarves. Thank you for your question. Battles in a Blue Shirt says, Great P&Q. Question, will you be getting into the new kill team? I want to, because I like the idea of just having that rule set on the shelf to pick off any time. Because I think it might be easier for me to get my friends interested in the kill team size game than the full-on 40k game. I've just spent my money. I've spent it on the new Age of Sigmar set, actually, because I want to get into that. But yeah, I like the new kill team. The terrain looks good, and I like that little gaming board that you get with it. What do you think about the new gaming area size for kill team? 22 by 30 inches. I think it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Perfect. Would suit me down to the ground. That would, especially out here with limited space and so on. That would be just perfect. I think it's great. I probably will be getting it at some point. It'd be great just to have some, you know, rules so I can pull any of my models off the shelf. No, I'll talk about that in a different video. Yeah. So I could just like pick off some orcs or Tyranids and whatever, and we could just go at it, you know. Great. So I probably will be getting it at some point. Yeah, that said, I have, you know, I've spent on the new Age of Sigmar set, so I want to be getting some Age of Sigmar terrain to go with it as well. So, yeah. William Kuby. Well, the Army Painter vids doesn't see it as a PC program. I can change it as I paint it to light and dark, and I don't have to use minis to show it off. And soon my punk rock Imperial Guards are soon on vid as this just have maquette. Question, what non GW minis will you use in your GW armies or look good to you? One I think of is Brother Vinny. We'll see as you post. What non GWs will you use in your GW armies? Oh, the Filth Beast. You might have seen that in a previous video. The Filth Beast by Reaper Bones for my Tyranids. Yeah, I give it the same stats as like a Ripper Swarm, basically. It's really cool. Yeah, that's how I use them. They do some, like, there's a Mind Flayer as well, which would make a good Tyranid as well. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but yeah, the Filth Beast is one I've done for Tyranids. Black Country Wargaming. Okay. Here's my question. Share an unpopular opinion. The more unpopular, the better. LMAO. Don't know if I have any unpopular opinions. Do I? What about anything? I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Unpopular opinion. I can't think of anything. I know as soon as I finish the video, I'll probably think of something. Oh, I could have done that, and I'm not going to be bothered to go back in and edit it in. But right here, right now, I can't think of anything. An unpopular opinion. Well, I'm not going to get political because I just can't be bothered with that on this, you know. Get away from all that here. Sorry, I got nothing, man. Sorry. Big Mac Dan Skull says, great P and squad, mate. I don't know what that's all about. No, I've no plans to do a skydive myself in the near future, though I'd like to at some point. I was watching one of your vids, and I think someone mentioned it on the radio, so I thought it would be a good question to ask. Well, that's fair enough. Question for the next one. I'm currently basing a small tower force, so I'll ask you about basing. I prefer to use colours that aren't on the miniature but work well with it, but I know there are people out there who like to use colours on their bases that are heavily present on the miniature. With my method, I feel the miniature pops more and stands out from the base. With the second method, you achieve a kind of camo feel without having a camo pattern. My question is, which method do you favour? I probably prefer yours. I go for a neutral basing, just like a grey or brown, or maybe a little bit of grass. Depends on the models, but it's usually not what's on the miniature itself. I think it detracts from the miniature. So yeah, I'll go with your method. Jim White says, I look forward to the upcoming episode of Airbrush for Beginners. So it's been up for a while now. All up, where I compare cheap airbrushes to expensive airbrushes, and I'll put a link up in the corner. Yeah, link up in the corner if I remember. You can go and watch that if you haven't seen it already. Mini Warmat, hey, and welcome back, Brian. Says, awesome. We like the same author, Terry Brooks. What do you think of the TV series? I was 50-50. I thought it would begin from actual beginning and so on. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I suppose I can see why they didn't start from the Sword of Shannara. That probably would have been too slow paced for TV. So I kind of get that. Not only that, I felt the storyline was too similar to Lord of the Rings, really. Instead of the ring, they have to the sword. And other than that, there's too many similarities, like the skull bearers and all that kind of thing, being like the ring wraiths and the skull king and being Sauron. It was just, yeah, it just was very similar to Lord of the Rings, which is, nothing wrong with that. But I think the Elfstones made a great little series. I thought it was good. I would like to see the Wish Song, if they bring that out of Shannara. I think that would be a good series. I liked it. It was close to, I suppose I was, so you were 50-50. I'm suppose I'm more 75 or 80-20 in favour of. Thank you for your question. Welcome back, and hope to see some more stuff from you soon. Idic Beer 40k is the last one on the list here, who says, nice answers, Pete. Do you think cutting up or converting a classic metal mini devalues it? No, I don't think it devalues it. I suppose it would to a collector who's, it's all subjective, isn't it, when it comes to collecting. I don't think it devalues it. If it's what you want to do, then it's not going to devalue it for you, is it? Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, so no, I don't think it devalues it. Not really. It might devalue it in the eyes of some people, but in actual reality, I don't think it would. I think it would be cool, and in some cases, probably would increase the value of it. But hey, who knows? Anyway, that's all the questions I've got from you guys this week. Don't forget, keep them coming in. I can't really do this series without questions, and I really enjoy doing it. Still trying to think of an answer for Black Country War Game. I just can't. An unpopular opinion. Keep going back to that. I don't know. I think here's probably an unpopular opinion. I don't know if it's unpopular or not, but it's an opinion anyway. I think they're trying to poison us through the water by putting fluoride in it, like extra fluoride and stuff, which is a brain toxin. Not just the water, obviously, in things like toothpaste and that as well. But yeah, that's why I take loads of turmeric, and Yeah. So that might be an unpopular opinion. So there you go. I've answered all the questions this week now. Yay, bading. And sip of tea. Good old-fashioned builder's tea. Thanks very much for your questions. Remember, all brushes lead to war. Check out my Patreon if you're able. And I'll see you on the next video. So bye for now, folks. Bye-bye.